Hey, this is LaDonna, Lady of Truth, and I really don't know what I'm going to talk about. I just want to speak from the heart in whichever way my spirit guides me on today. I haven't did a video in almost a year, maybe the summertime, the early part of the summer. I did videos, a couple videos, and still in my hibernation, elevating. And okay, here's something. This is one of the things that I want to talk about. To me, in my journey, the number one thing into becoming healed and whole is by healing yourself and then healing your family, meaning your immediate family, which is my children and my husband. And it has to be a willingness, a cohesiveness on their end too as well. And because they're powerful people, and some I call my children little people because I have respect for them. In this generation, they're very prolific. They're very prolific, and I believe that they do need the elders. And I am an elder now. Yay! I am considered an elder, even though I'm only 43. I am an elder, and I take accountability of being an elder. And so one of the things that I was saying, okay, back to the family, healing the family and giving to them first, giving my energy first and foremost to them. And when I'm done with them, when I say I need to rejuvenate, baby, a sister needs to rejuvenate her spirit. And so I don't really go to events. I don't post pictures really that much. I don't make videos. I'm not trying to inspire nor encourage anyone at the moment because that energy takes a lot from just my husband and my three smaller children. But the thing that I was writing is standards. Standards. Standards, 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 standards. I found the meaning. Standard, a measure, a benchmark. Standards apply to any definite rule. Standards apply to any defined rule. Well, I want to keep saying defined. Say definite, but define rule, principles or measures established by authority. Whatever the standard is, it's come from the authority that is creating the rules. Okay, standard, a level of quality, achievement that is considered accountable or desired. Something that is very good and that is used to make judgments about the quality of other things. Something set up for measuring or as a model, a banner. And some of the synonyms is degree, place, position, rank, reach, situation, standing, status. I really like benchmark. I like benchmark. I like benchmark, and I like what was the other one? I like, and I don't see it. But being a banner. And so a banner, like the American flag is a banner, it's a benchmark. And even your logo could be a benchmark for you as well. And my benchmark to me is being a living epistle. A living epistle. Epistle. A living epistle. I am very open and transparent about my life and who I am. May not share it with everyone, but it's open. I believe in being straightforward. I believe telling the unadulterated truth. I know sometimes that the truth does hurt, but that's part of the process of healing and becoming whole and one within yourself. So I was writing because I am a poet. I love writing. I love spoken words as well. And I love the whole concept and the ideology and the theology of just word play and just words, because when you on different levels and when you aspiring in your endeavors, we utilize different um words, which is expressions, which is sounds, which is a frequency, which is a mathematical equation. See my tongue, I'm excited, so my words is coming out fast and my tongue need to catch up, so I'm gonna try to slow it down a little bit. So standard. I was writing a poem about standards. So when you see me look this way, I'm looking at my book. Standards. And I was saying, will we ever truly know our real existence? or will we continue to believe in history? History meaning his story. It's not my story. It's not your story. It's history. His story that has been passed down to us, and it has been our legacy. Even with the black people, and you learn about ancient Kemet, and you learn about your legacy and your birthright and all those things too as well. Is his story. I don't even know if those things are really real because I was not there. That's just like if someone is gossiping and they're talking and they come to you and they say, okay, well, someone was saying so and so about you. I'm not going to even indulge. I will go get both individuals before I communicate with anyone because the other person is not present. I wasn't present. And then because we have so much truth and lies blended together, it's like you have to decipher and you allow yourself to, tap into the intuition, tap into your spirit to show you that his story could be anything. So my story is, will we ever get to our real existence? Real existence. Because even when you look at the map, that's somebody's reality. Have I drawn the lines out? It's like we're taught to believe in all these concepts and things, but then, hey, even when you pay to go to school, you'll learn a little bit more. Even life experience, you'll learn a little bit more. Even researching and digging and finding out things for yourself, you'll learn a little bit more. But at the end of the day, what is our real existence? You hear everyone speaking about consciousness and we're awakening and the right mind and the right energy and good energy and bad energy. And, I look at it and say, his story. His story. History. It's not my history. My legacy is not going to be someone else's legacy. I'm looking for my home. Like, truly, without not seeing the shell, not the flesh. Like, where is my home? Where am I after this flesh deteriorate? Where does my spirit go? Where's my home? And I believe even being in this world that I am still connected to the source of things, but then blinded by his story. History. His story. Even when you look at the money, it's history. His story. The person who created the money, who created the circulation and found out that it could circulate, and the bartering system before it was money, the gold, the diamonds, the oil, everything is like his story. His story. What about our true existence? Will we truly ever know our real existence? Or will we continue to believe in history, meaning his story that's full of truth and lies? As the time fly by, I feel hurt. I feel the hurt that has been implanted. It's hurt that's connected to his story. It's agony. It's what they call it, PTSD. You have a lot of things that connect you to his story. And then you wonder why it's so hard for you to elevate, why it's hard for you to create, why it's hard for you to stay focused, why it's hard for you to manifest. Because you have to manifest underneath his story. His story. Like they said, okay, whoever this young rapper is, I haven't really chosen to listen to rap in 20 years, so I really don't know who a lot of the individuals are, but because I have young people that comes around me and the music is played on the radios, I do hear some of the music. But I never heard of this young man. And now he's talking about Dr. Sebi and all this. To me, that's his story, a cycle to keep you engulfed in his stories so you could create in his story, so you could manifest in his story. And that's bring the implanted soul ties. I feel the hurt of the implanted soul ties of lies in my mind. See, I'm breaking free by being me, not allowing that generational bullshit to any longer confuse me to see reality that labels my integrity. And it's like if I'm contrary and I think and I choose to be like a free thinker, I'm gonna probably be considered insane or crazy. Because when you do not follow the protocol and when you do not follow the rules of his story, the school system, his story, being an adult, his story, being a child, his story, economics, his story, literacy, his story. It's always history, perpetuating insanity. It's a constant insanity that is being engulfed. And I can say this on today, I am contrary. And I have some things in me that I'm pissed about. Because I feel like I can't be me because I'm going to be labeled. But I really don't care about being labeled. But I sure as hell will be discreet in what I will speak on. Because I do understand that the system that we're operating in was not created by me, but it's a legacy that has been passed down, his story, so we could keep perpetuating his story with so-called supposed to be new technology, which they give us little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time, when they have the whole grand spectrum of things. It's just to keep you engulfed, to keep your mind all over the place, to keep you to a certain level of belittling yourself. It's like his story is a story that is a representation of self-hatred, a pride. His story really never speaks about spirituality, even though it talks about religion and says spirituality. His story is whatever they say spirituality is what is deemed to be his story, not being a free thinker. So the title, I guess we're going to entitle this Standards. And then I was saying something like, we're living in a time where the blind is leading the blind is winning. I was created with standards in me, and balance with gratitude always guide me to elevate beyond being enslaved to the mindset of hate. If we could just only stop playing in the games of all illusions, then and only then can we create our reality of true self. There will be no more distractions, fear, anger, or telling lies to survive. Just pure, great, reviving energy on the most high frequencies to look and see the grand manifestations of true self-love. And that's my history. I want to create my own history. I want to pass down my own legacy. And I'm contrary, and I don't care. I love being contrary because it's like that one movie, what's the name of it? When Jim Carrey was in a movie, and I guess he was inside the television screen, and he felt like something. It's like the Matrix, when you felt like Neo always felt that something wasn't right with life. And that's how I feel like something is not right with spirituality. What is called spirituality. Something is not right about the systems that we choose to operate underneath. Something is not right that black people keep killing black people, and then it's insane. It's the same bullshit, different time, different numbers. It's the same thing that's being perpetuated. And what I believe what it takes is, if you believe that you could create your own reality, and that we as spiritual beings, we can shatter this whole existence of life. Because the Bible does say, the Bible got a lot of truth in it. It has a lot of words of wisdom, and it will guide you and lead you. And those are things that you will attach to. Those hidden treasures, those gold nuggets that I think you should subjectify yourself to. In other religions too, it's truth in all things, but it's a lot of obscurity. You got to divide the cherry from the wheat. Sometimes the good look bad and the bad look good, and you be just confused. But that's his story. See, my story would not be a story comprised of confusion. His story would be, it says in a twinkling of an eye, in a nanosecond, all this would disappear if we would be on one accord to stop it. But I don't think we're going to stop it because we're too entertained to stop it. We too entertained. Here we go. I said, the state of humanity is truly falling apart. Relationships continue to perpetuate an imbalance of low self-worth, lack of love, and which immobilize well, I'm going to read that over. Relationships continue to perpetuate an imbalance of self-love, self-worth, in which immobilize society to break free from the hidden or non-fit hidden bureaucracies. Everything is set up to enslave the mind of humanity, even if you do or do not agree. There is an injustice that was formed so long ago that it appeared as the norm. See, this is the stuff that comes to me. See, my daughter brought me this. Those are the thoughts that come to me because I know that this is not right. It doesn't feel good, and it will bring forth and you feeling depressed. It like the fucking whole humanity is depressed on levels. You know, I'm not saying most people don't even want to come away from how this world is set up because it's the norm. This is normal. People have taken ownership that we have to, you can't come outside of the box of these perimeters of creating. And so on that level, I just wanted to share that and went past my normal amount of time of doing videos, and I'm just going to keep on allowing my spirit to guide me. And I suggest that you pray. Prayer and affirmations are the same thing. Speaking something into existence and affirmations and prayer is the same thing. You could speak it into existence. If you could speak it, you could believe it. But see, that's his story too. But it's truth in it. Because see, I go beyond that. I say, oh, you tell me I could create my own reality? Hold on. I could think for myself. I don't have to be a part of his story. Woo, I'm a bad motherfucker. You heard what I'm saying? I am just, it's so much. And those are the things that I give to my children. These are the things that I give to my husband. That's why I don't have time to give my energy, because I will be depleted. I will be depleted if I constantly keep giving and I'm not receiving. So I have to isolate myself and rejuvenate myself. When you go to sleep and you rest, your body naturally rejuvenates itself. That's science, but that's still his story. Because what if somebody else's story was not that story? So this is entitled, the poem is entitled His Story. His Story. History. Love you guys. Deuces.